Welcome to Dre's Recorded Expressions. It is currently 12:58. It's November 17th, Tuesday. This is episode 2 of People's Perspective. I'm here today with an individual from Inglewood, California, correct?
Yeah.
You're from Inglewood. She's a mother, a single mother, correct?
Yeah.
So what do you do?
Currently I'm a stay-at-home mom. But I do go to school. I've been going to school since October. I'm trying to become an ultrasound technician.
That's cool. Where do you go?
CBD College in Los Angeles.
That's cool. And what made you want to do that?
Having kids, and there was some issues with my oldest child that I had to have multiple, ultrasounds, and so it was kind of drawn to me by that one, and then my middle child as well. The whole pregnancy, I was told that it was a different gender, so I'm interested in that, I guess, field. That way I can kind of maybe give other mothers a different experience than what I had.
That's cool. That's interesting. So how does being a mother affect you going to school?
It's really hard. I have to make sure that, for one, I have transportation to and from, and also, obviously daycare. I have to have someone to take care of my kids and someone who I trust with my kids, because you can't just leave them with anyone. Even schools and daycares, you can't just trust daycares like that either.
Yeah, most definitely. So right now it's online, right? But before, you were going to school.
I started in the middle of the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't got the chance to experience school inside the actual college.
Okay, so yeah, you've just been attending it online.
Yeah. Which is difficult as well, because the kind of daycare that I have, I'm having my sisters watch them, and so it's at my house as well, so it has to kind of be in a corner and be all quiet, and the kids are in the different rooms screaming, so it's hard to focus even then.
Yeah, it's hard to even get any work done without any kids in your own house. Sometimes people want to leave their house and go to a different environment, like the library or something, just to work.
Right.
So you can just imagine how it is.
Yeah, especially if the kids know that you're in the room, they're going to try to go in the room as well. So the person who's watching your kids, especially if I have multiple children, it's harder for them to try to keep all of them.
Yeah. So how many kids do you have?
I have 3.
3 kids?
Yeah.
How old are they?
My oldest is 5, and then I have a 2-year-old, and then I have a 1-year-old.
And they're all daughters?
All daughters, yeah, all girls.
All daughters, 3 girls.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. And how old were you when you had your first kid?
I got pregnant at 15, and I had her at 16.
Okay, and you were still in high school, correct? So, what high school were you going to?
I was going to a high school in Georgia.
In Georgia? Oh, so you come from across the fucking country.
Literally across the country, yeah.
Wow, so you came from across the country. How old were you when you came?
17.
Oh, you were 17.
Yeah, I had my 18th birthday out here.
Okay, so you came over here from Georgia. After that, how old is your second daughter?
She's 2.
So 3 years later, you had a second.
Yeah, so right after I graduated high school, I met my second child's father, and it didn't take long.
So, okay, so you were outside of high school already. Were you living with your parents when this all happened?
Yeah, I live with my mom. I've lived with my mom ever since I moved out here.
Okay, and then was your second father's child living with you? So your second father's child is the father of those 2 kids, right?
The younger 2.
Okay, the younger 2. And what about the other father?
Ever since I had got pregnant with her, it's a really in-depth and complicated situation with my oldest's dad. But ever since I had gotten pregnant with her, he just automatically was like, "Oh, that's not mine," because his sister was a little she didn't really like me, and she told him things that he believed, even though I was with him every weekend,
Just brainwashing him.
Yeah, basically, because she didn't like me for personal reasons. I really don't know.
And he's over there, right?
In Georgia, yeah. Is
he in the child's life? Does he do anything for her?
No, not really. I mean, there was a point in time to where he tried, and he would try, but he came out here twice to see her, but those 2 times that he came, he was really disrespectful toward me, and I just didn't want to deal with that anymore.
Yeah, I understand, yeah. And what about your other 2 kids, their father? Does he help out? Does he help you with
his
the kids?
mom? His mom, yeah, his mom, she is my godsend. She's the reason why I'm able to do so well in life right now.
Really? So, So you think if you didn't have like that help, you wouldn't really be doing as well as you are right now?
No. Yeah, no. If I didn't have her help, I couldn't imagine where I'd be right now.
So like being a single mother, like that's really a lot, right?
Oh yeah, it's a lot. It's hard, especially having, being a single mother and a young mother of one kid is so different than having multiple children, which, that's my fault too. I can't blame anybody but myself for that, but it definitely has made my life a lot harder.
Is it easier being a mother now that you've had 3 kids rather than like your first kid?
Yeah, and I've learned, tips and tricks and things like that to, deal with the kids. It makes it easier to find out what's wrong, or you learn certain cries and you learn when they're hungry, and you just learn things about them and it becomes easier.
So I've never even like really been around kids. Like I feel like I would totally like freak out. Did you have help with your first kid? Like,
yeah,
how did you learn with that one?
With my first kid, my mom was really, at that point in time, she was really invested and she was really involved and helpful. But after we had moved out here, things have changed.
Especially everything, because like it's way more costly to be out here.
Oh yeah.
The life is just obviously, I could imagine it's just totally different from over there and over here. So you don't work, right?
No, I don't.
So would you consider yourself like financially stable?
I would consider myself financially stable because of the help that I get. That really helps me a lot with my my 2 youngest father's mom. She helps me a lot with that, but I also do like side things, and I get some money from that to help.
It really sucks that like the dads are not like really pulling their weight.
Oh yeah, I think it just hurts me. I mean, because I try to keep them uninvolved in it. Like I don't try to tell them like things that could hurt them feelings or make them look at him differently. But I think it hurts me more because I know, because I grew up without my dad, and it hurts.
Do they ask, like, are they absent? Or, I mean, your other 2, is he absent, or he's just, like, sometimes there, sometimes not?
The issue that I have with my second baby daddy is that he is more invested in me than his kids, but he tries to say that he's not, and it's like every time he texts me and calls me, it's to see the kids, but then when he comes over, it's not really about the kids, But I also try not to be that bitch that's like, oh, you can't come and see them, because I don't want to be that person, But at the same time, it's like, I don't want my kids to be used as a ploy, They deserve better than that. I deserve better than that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm here to let you know that you're a very strong individual for doing the things that you do and putting up with the things you put up with, and, like, pulling all the weight, because this is also a message to the men out there that are gonna have kids or that have kids. Like, what are you doing? Like, there's literally like there's a lot of people that grew up without their parents. Like, did you grow up without your parents? Like, you could feel what it's like to not have your parents, and like, or like even like how it is for the mother to struggle because they have to deal with everything. You feel me? Like, It's a lot doing kids. Like, it's a lot. Literally, it's a lot. I've never been around kids, like I've said, but I know it's a lot. Like, you have to be attached to them 24/7, especially when they're like a baby, because that's when they really can't even do things for themselves. But yeah, that was just a short little message for the men out there. I hope you guys put yourselves together.
Don't be giving women babies if you're not going to help take care of them.
Exactly. Because it's easy to do. It's easy to create the kid, but it's not easy to fucking take care of it.
No.
And that's like forever. You put this life into the world, that's forever. That's not some temporary stuff.
Yeah.
It sucks to throw it away, but yeah. So you don't work. So do you plan on working anytime soon?
I plan on finishing school first, because once I finish with school, I'll be certified and be able to work in a hospital, and then I'll be making bank.
And how long does it take to finish school for what you're doing?
It takes 22 months.
22 months. Oh, that's not that bad actually.
No.
I thought medical field. I'm like, oh, it's gonna take like at least like.
Because
4 years.
it's more like a trait. Mm-hmm. So I'm getting taught something. Yeah. So they just have to teach me and the technicalities of it and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, that's good for you. I'm really happy for you.
Thank you.
I hope that happens, and then you get your money. You change your situation.
Being independent, not have to worry about baby daddies or even baby daddy's mama. Is just me and my kids, and that's what's important.
So your relationship with, like, I know for your first the father that you did with You don't have no contact with him, do you, or no?
Just recently, because I unfortunately made the mistake of marrying too young because of a baby, but the marriage only lasted like a month, so.
Oh, so you're divorced?
Not yet. That's the issue.
Yeah. You're married.
I know.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
sort out.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to sort out right now.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know how that works. Do you have to get like his signature to divorce too?
Yeah, and the fact that we have a kid too, we have to go through family court, even though he's not really involved. Yeah.
But if you were to go through that, I'm pretty sure that you would have to like force him to like pay like child support or something like that.
Either that, or I can do what I'm trying to do, and I want him off the birth certificate. That I just no rights. I just don't want to be involved. Like, if you're not going to be involved, don't be involved. That's cool. Just leave it to me. Just if that's what's up, just do what you got to do.
Exactly. So, how has being a single mother been for you? Like, how does that affect your daily life? How is that for you?
I don't have friends.
No?
No, I really don't. I mean, the only friends that I talk to are like virtual, pretty much, and it's very few of them. And they're like, "Oh, let's go hang out," and I'm like, you have to tell me like at least a month beforehand so I can make sure I have a babysitter. And because sometimes they'll be like, oh yeah, sure, then they'll back out, and it's like, oh, well, fuck, like I got ready for no reason, so it's complicated. And then those friends, they get tired of it and they stop inviting you out, and you get lonely.
Yeah, being a mother, like, you have 3 kids, you have to be attention to them all the time.
Yeah, and not only that, but when you are a single mother and you do start going out, then you start getting judged. And they're just like, oh, you need to be home and taking care of your kids. And it's just like, I've been taking care of my kids for like 5 years now. Like, sorry that I went out one weekend.
There's a lot of people that feel the need to like post that they're like doing something for their kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That I hate the Instagram dads. How they're just like, they don't see their kids, and then when they do see their kids, they take a whole bunch of pictures to be like, oh, look what I'm doing. Like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. It's like, you're really not. No.
Yeah, it's all just for show, and it's crazy because like they can't really, I don't know, it's just all for show, how people think, and it's just really all like social media politics.
Yeah.
So have you learned a lot since being a mother?
I've learned a lot in a lot of different aspects. Like, I've learned a lot about people and how they'll treat you about being a mother and priorities to them. And then I've also learned, dating. Dating is really hard, being a single mother. And then even family members, when you have kids. My mom, she's always like, oh, well, I've had my kids, instead of her being there and supporting me and helping me the way that she says that she does. They say things like that, and it's kind of like, you almost feel like the whole world is against you, and it's just you and your kids.
Yeah, especially like being in the situation that you're in, because like you feel like, especially like the men that you had it with them with, like they just kind of like, did nothing about anything.
Yeah, the men in my life have definitely made it a lot more difficult. I just imagine how different my life could be if they stepped up and they did what they had to do, and
So you brought up dating. So like, you try to be in your dating life?
Currently, no. I don't want. I just got out of like a 3-year relationship, a really bad toxic relationship, and I'd rather just focus on myself and going to school. I think after school and after I get a job and after I start working and my kids are stable and I'm stable mentally as well, then maybe I'll start dating. But I'll have some flings here and there because a girl's got needs. But
I feel you. But that's good though. That's good that you're focused and stuff, because like it's good to like really focus on yourself and like learn and like heal from your traumas rather than just indulge in something different.
And that's something I've had to learn too, and I think that's why past relationships haven't worked out, because I've tried to fill a void with men. And I also feel like having babies so young was another way of me trying to find love, because I didn't feel love, so I had to make sure that you have a kid, they're gonna love you, right? So you definitely have to heal from your traumas and heal from your mental illnesses and past shit to do better in life and be secure as a person.
For sure, yeah. So, how you're a mother, do you feel like you have to like, well, you did bring up how like you feel like going out would be the bad thing because people say things bad about you, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you have to approach life differently because you're a mother? Like, do you have a different viewpoint now because you're a mother now? Like, obviously, you're still young, you feel me?
Yeah, I mean, I don't judge any woman but for anything. Like if even if this lady goes out every night, you know, as long as she's taking care of her kids during the day and the kids are asleep at night in their bed, you know, do you. Be happy with yourself. I don't judge anybody because I don't want anyone to judge me.
Yeah, most definitely. It's really bad to judge people because, like, people have to live. Like, you live in misery. Like, obviously, if you're judging people, like, you're probably sad yourself.
Yeah, one thing I've heard throughout my life is that, you know, the person without sin is the first to not throw a stone. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it was like, basically, it's saying that if you have no sin and you have no dirty secrets, then, you know, sure, you can judge. But people who have secrets, people who have done shit dirty, or who, you know, basically you can't put judgment on other people if you are not a good person within yourself, or you have things that you shouldn't be doing within yourself, or that is judge worthy, you know.
If you could do anything different from, like, when you had your first kid to now, what would it be? If anything.
I don't really know, honestly. I definitely would be wise with who I pick to have my children's with, and who, you know, the timing that I even had them and things like that. But, you know, you live and you learn. It is what it is. I can't change it. I don't regret it because, you know, my life is the way that it is now, and it's not necessarily bad. It's hard, but it's not bad.
I applaud you for being at peace with, like, what you're doing right now and stuff like that, because a lot of people would have just been like, I wish this would have happened or this would have happened, but, like, obviously, like, you know, you're really handling your shit.
Well, obviously, yeah, like, I wish certain things happened different ways, but you can't control other people. You can't make someone love you. You can't make someone act right, you know. You just gotta be happy within yourself. And I mean, I'm not necessarily a happy person right now. Like, I'm going through some shit, you know, like, I'm really, you know, trying to deal with my depression and anxiety and things like that. Sometimes I won't eat for days, but, you know, it like I said, it is what it is. I have to learn to move on with it and do better within myself, and, you know, for my kids before anybody.
Do you have any, like, advice you would want to give to any, like, young mothers out there, single mothers? Just anybody in general?
Just to any women, like mothers, single mothers, just every woman in general. Be careful and, you know, choose wisely. You know, watch what you're doing, and if you don't see yourself, or you don't know this person's true colors, and you don't see yourself with them forever, don't be having babies with them. Like, get that ring first, girl. Make sure you're stable. Make sure they're stable. You know, be happy with your lives, and live life first too. Like, you don't want to be like me. Like, I just turned 21 with 3 kids, and I can't even go out, you know, because I got responsibilities. Live your life first.
Okay, that was really good, actually. Thank you so much for being on this podcast and being episode 2 of People's Perspective.
Thank you for having me. It's good to talk about things and let other people know, like, okay, like, I didn't think about it like that, you know?
Exactly. That's exactly what I wanted to make this for. But I just want to let you know that you are a great mother, and I'm very happy about the things you're doing and going to complete in the near future. I hope everything gets better for you. I hope you truly do become the independent mother that you aspire to be.
I will one day. It's going to happen.
You will. When you put good things into the universe.
I'm independent now, but I'm going to be even better soon.
No, yeah, I feel you, like, financially and everything. Like,
yeah.
Have your own, like, you know, have your own house.
Mm-hmm.
Your own everything. It'll be better for you. Everything will be better for you. When you put the good things into the universe, they'll come back out.
Oh, for sure.
Very good hope for you. Well, good things will happen for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for coming out. I appreciate you. It is still November 17th, Tuesday. It is episode 2 of People's Perspective on Dre's Recorded Expressions. To find more, you could go at Dre's Dreamland on Instagram.